I'm about to put my foot in my mouth by saying this. So I'm prefacing that.
And this is Joshua's opinion. You know, me and Joshua don't always share the same opinions. But you can say it. You're free
I
to
think
say
a
it.
lot of people who feel offended with like things that are going on right now in the world, things that just people who get offended and cancel culture with the internet and all that. I feel like there is people who have their own opinion, yes. But there's also those people that they have to be told to have their own opinion. Do you know where we're getting at with this?
Yeah.
And I'm putting my foot in my mouth by saying this, but a lot there, I feel like there's certain people, it's like, oh, this person said this, and on a stand-up, that's not good. So people just like go crazy and be like, oh, they said this and this.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. It's not so much that people have to be told to have an opinion. It's it's like they have to be given permission to have an opinion. If they weren't, informed by an outside source, they probably wouldn't have the same opinion. And part of that is just because people don't know how to think for themselves, you know?
Yeah.
Do you think there's lines that shouldn't be crossed in comedy? Because I mean that is a big thing. A lot of comedians are very social justice advocates, and so they're not going to say anything that's edgy in that realm. But honestly, culture changes, so something they say today will be offensive next year, you know? So what are your thoughts? Do you think,
I think it's okay. I don't have a problem with it. I also don't get offended very easily. So if they are saying like this thing, they're kind of just, in my opinion, because it's all my opinion, they're just talking about something that other people don't want to bring up kind of sometimes. So when they're doing a stand-up, I think it's okay to do it. I mean, they're bringing up something, and it's most of the time the harsh truth, but just other people don't want to bring it up because it's edgy. It's got a little bit of like something to it that might offend somebody. So comics and stand-up people who do stand-up, most of the time they're just out there to get a laugh, and it doesn't, most of the time, if you can laugh at something and be like, oh wait, that was kind of a little bit edgy, that's kind of wrong, but you still laugh at it because it's funny. That's kind of how stand-up people, they feed off the audience, so they can say something, oh, they thought it was funny, I'm gonna go farther that direction.
You know, this is a topic that we could talk about for a while, but some thoughts that I had is, you know, a lot of people either they love or they hate Jordan Peterson. He's not a comedian, but he's commented a lot on the whole comedian world, and he's good friends with Joe Rogan. And so Jordan Peterson very much strongly believes comedians are very necessary for culture. And even for just human civilization, just humans in general. Because if you go through life with saying, you know, there are certain serious topics, and there might be, you know, I'm not a fully educated person. I'm not a comedian by any standpoint, and I'm not an expert on culture. But if there are certain things that you're always taking so seriously, then maybe sometimes you just need to be brought out of it a little bit and said, hey, here's some fun ideas that are kind of funny. And it doesn't mean that you have to be dishonoring or not take those topics seriously. It just kind of means like, here's some funny things that we can laugh at to, you know, escape the seriousness of the world for a little bit, you know, and just bring a little bit of lighthearted to some more serious topics.